And the same goes to my two very special guests in the studio now. It's only Kiki Dee and Carmela Leggeri. Thank you so much for coming here.
Thanks, Mike.
On my last ever show, you made me a cup of coffee. You went in the fridge at Carmelo's house in his kitchen, I remember. And you said to me, Kiki, have we met before? Well, I'm thinking, wow, what an incredible memory, because about 3 or 4 years previous, you'd come to the Luton studio where we were broadcasting from with Justin Dealey, and we met very briefly. I said, I saw you on stage in Blood Brothers, and you seem to remember. Anyway, you were so great. Oh. And then I went back and you made me a panini and cooked me lunch, didn't you, Carmelo, which was great.
Yeah, I do that for all my guests.
So, how's your year going? You've been pretty busy, haven't you, with live gigs?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, we just keep gigging and doing our own thing. And it's so lovely to see you again, actually, because you've done so much for us.
Oh, so lovely to see you.
Yeah, it's lovely. And it's sunny out there, so...
Yeah. You play,
good.
what, about 2 gigs a week, usually on a Saturday and Sunday over the weekend, so we're lucky to have you here.
Friday, Saturday, whatever, but I don't like to do more than 2 because I get too tired now. But, because you have to put your whole body into it and your whole heart, so I like to do just 1 or 2 a week.
And then you can have, the rest of the week off and do your own thing?
Yeah, we do a bit of rehearsing. We're always playing.
What, every week?
Well, what I mean is if we've got a gig once a week or twice a week, we will play, a couple of times because, what we do, you just have to keep practicing it, keep doing it.
Even after all these years?
Oh, God, yeah. More so.
Yeah, well, I have a little saying called practice is the cornerstone of confidence, because stuff happens at gigs. Things always go wrong. And when you're kind of fluent, you can handle it better, And but so we're either putting in new things, trying this, trying that. But you've got to keep that sort of muscle going all the time. And
interesting. It's like preparation, I guess. Fail to prepare to fail.
Yeah.
Well, we've had a little sound check here. You're going to be a bit electric, and you're going to play firstly Kiki's first hit from 1973, Amoureuse. The tune was written by a Frenchman, I think, wasn't it?
French lady, Veronique Sanson, who was married to Stephen Stills in the 70s.
No. How did you come across it?
Well, Gary Osborne, actually, it's a long story, but basically a guy who was working with Elton John, Tony King, said Elton was going to produce my album in 73.
Loving and Free, on his own Rocket record label.
And Tony King said to him, oh gosh, I hope I'm not boring you with all these names. That's a good song for Kiki. So we did it on the album.
Here it is then, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here. And this is Kiki and Carmela with Amoureuse.
Strands of light on the bedroom floor, change the night through an open door. I'm awake, but this is not my home. For the first time, I'm not alone. Reaching out, I touch another's skin. Breathing out as he's breathing in. Deep inside, I feel my soul aflame. Can my life ever be the same? I should have told him that I'd do anything if I could hold him. Of course now, for just another day, for just another day. His love is something I will not forget. When I am far away, when I am far away, I feel the rainfall of another planet, another planet. Close together in the afterglow, I remember how his loving flowed. He turned the key to another world, made a woman of a simple girl. The daylight comes as we both know it must. Soon my fantasies will turn to dust, but I would give him anything he asked. If my first love could be my last, et je me demande si cet amour aura un lendemain. Quand je suis loin de lui, quand je suis loin de lui, je n'ai plus vraiment toute ma tête. Je ne suis plus d'ici, je ne suis plus d'ici, je sens l'appui de notre planète. When I am far away, when I am far away, I feel the rainbow of another planet. Another
Wow. Unbelievable. Thank you.
my Lord.
Kiki Giddy and Carmela
Merci
Leggero. Yeah, merci beaucoup you too. Thank you so much. That was just excellent. Amoureuse. Live. It's Mike Naylor's final music mix today. 386 programmes, but I actually started working for the Beeb in August of 1980, so 43 years, and I'm not working for anybody else in terms of radio, so I might talk about that later. But I've had so many messages that have come in over the last 24 hours. I tweeted yesterday, it's had almost 10,000 views. I'll try to mention some of you as I go on through the show. It's so kind of you. Petra in Dunton sends love and will miss you, she says. She wants to buy me dinner if I'm walking with my wife past Dunton. Sean in Borehamwood, good afternoon. Thank you so much for your kind message. He's having a hard time at the moment, and he says the show has helped him. So 73, that debut album on the Rocket record label, and Elton and Bernie wrote a couple of songs, and as did members of the band Free, Steelers Wheel and Jackson Brown, Leslie Duncan on backing vocals. Does it seem 50 years ago, Ms. D?
Funnily enough, on Saturday we did a show, and Friday, sorry, day before yesterday, and quite a few people came in to get Loving and Free signed. You know, knocked on the dressing room door, because we don't do meet and greet at the moment because of the COVID issues, you know. So it's always nice to sign albums that you made 50 years ago. Yeah.
Is it on a bicycle, or am I thinking of...
I am on a bike.
Raindrops Keep Falling My Head. Did you base it?
Well, it's a beautiful cover, I think. I'm just sitting in a country lane. And,
with flowers on your hair? I think I've got it, you see, at home on vinyl, and I did consider digging it out and bringing it in. I know exactly where it is. It's in a plastic cover, but...
I'm wearing pretty extraordinary shoes.
OK, I'll look at it when I get home.
Have a look at the shoes. They're cool.
You had a succession of albums. You went on tour with Elton in America and elsewhere. You know, you worked with so many big names. Your 1987 album was Angel Eyes. After that, before you got together with Carmela, which we'll talk about, did you consciously decide to step back from the music business and recording? Sort of retire or not?
Not really. I just sort of thought, you know, I've been doing this since I was 16, and, you know, I got a deal when I was 16. It's a long story.
Somebody came to see you in Bradford in the clubs where you were singing as a teenager.
I got a deal very early, and I've completely forgotten what you asked me now.
So did you ever retire from the business in the late 80s, before you went onto the stage?
I have been known to retire to my bedroom for the day. Never actually retired, because I'm a working woman, you know. But
Were there aspects of the business, though, that you didn't maybe like at that stage? Maybe venues were too big, or the sort of fame stuff?
Do you know what? I look back now. It's always easy in hindsight, I think. You know, all the big names, the Frank Sinatras, you know, that's just one, all had ups and downs. So little old humble me, if I can't have a few ups and downs, I thought, you know, and, well, what am I doing next should be the title of the book. But, you know, I ended up going into musical theatre, and it was so good for me working with a team. Did 2 musicals in the 80s. You know, working with people like Sarah Lancashire.
Really?
A wonderful actress she was. And, you know, I remember the first read through with all the actors. You had to sit round a table, and when you know, with the script, and when it was your turn, you said your line. And my hands were completely shaking because I never acted in my life.
Yeah, they were all trained and you were there.
They were all amazing actors, and I'm going, oh,
that must have been, you must have learned so much, but they guided you through it. And I saw Blood Brothers on stage in the West End, Willie Russell musical, which is really about the class system in the UK, and he's a fantastic writer, part of that, you know, Merseyside people with Alan Bleasdale. And it was a pretty demanding part, wasn't it? You were on stage quite a lot.
I did a lot of shows. I went back twice for Bill Kenwright. And towards the end, though, I think I'd had enough, because the music in the musical actually repeats in the first act and the second act. And I got to the point where I was singing a sort of piece of music. I thought, now, is this act 1 or act 2? Especially on matinee days, you know, because you do act 1, act 2, act 1, act 2. Yeah. And I thought, I think I've got to stop doing this, because I kept thinking, what act is it? Where are we? Who am I, and what planet is this? Yeah.
Well, I've been listening to stories now, Sir Ian McKellen and Sir Michael Gambon sadly passing away this week about how actors played tricks on one another, or occasionally would mess each other up and see whether they would fall for it, you know. Yeah. Look, we're going to talk more, and we'll talk to Carmela more as well in part 2, but your next song is the title track from last year's 4th studio album, The Long Ride Home, I believe, yeah?
That's right, yeah.
What was The Long Ride Home about then? Was there sort of a deliberate sort of theme running through the songs?
Well, The Long Ride Home, I mean, we just kind of write. We wrote the album, and, you know, it sort of unfolds. We do our best to do what we believe are the lyrics we've got in us at the time. I mostly do the lyrics. Yeah. Carmela mostly does the music. But it's really about, sometimes you've got to do it on your own. You know, you've got to the long ride home is yours alone sometimes.
Interesting.
You've got to make that step on your own.
Yeah.
And then it a little bit talks about social media and how don't believe, you know, don't speak, you know, why speak if you've got nothing good to say?
Interesting. That's all very, very topical and relevant. You know, I think of Lawrence Fox. Or
so it's kind of a bit of that and a bit of this, and it's kind of a bit bluesy. And we're going to do a kind of rough and ready version today in the studio.
The Long Ride Home.
People say nothing from today will still remain. I'll be the same, but I believe the mystery runs deeper. The road ahead is calling me again. I walk into the garden, I will not lose my way. A bed of roses is waiting for me there. At the autumn of each day, you better stop. Think of what you're saying. Think of how the power controls your mind. Don't ask the preacher man or the sinner man. The long ride home is yours alone to find. People say nothing but the truth is on their side. They've seen the light, but I still believe in a deeper understanding beyond the world that's white and black and white. I walk into the silence, I hear the garden call my name. A bed of roses still waiting for me there. of what you're doing. Think of how the power controls your mind. Don't ask the preacher man or the cinnamon man. The long ride home is yours alone to find. Still waiting for me there in the paradise we make. You better stop. Think of what you say. Think of how the power controls your mind. Don't ask the preacher man or the sinner man. The long ride home is yours alone to find. You better stop. Think of what you say. Don't teach the preacher man or the sinner man. Long ride home is alone to find. Long ride home is yours alone sometimes.
Wow.
No idea what that sounded like, but we did rock out.
Yeah, dancing, tambourine. He threw his headphones on the floor, but great electric guitar work from Carmela Leggeri and great vocals from Kiki. Well, thank you so much for being here. You're going to play 2 more songs. We'll take a break. I'm going to play a couple of records. I've got a few things to read out. Welcome back to Kiki and Carmelo. So, do you enjoy performing, you know, more now live than perhaps you did, say, back in the day?
Well, it's different. I think it's more intimate now, and I know who I am. You know, you get to a certain age, don't you? And you think, oh yeah, that's who I am.
Okay.
And I was always always worrying when I was young, when I was having my hits and stuff,
Really?
I used to lean into Elton's shoulder a lot in those days, But now I'm just more authentic, I think, hopefully.
Yeah.
And, but, I love singing. It's just sometimes...
You played in his final American show earlier this year, didn't you?
Last November, actually.
Oh, was it last night? Wow.
Yeah, I went to America, to Dodgers Stadium, 55,000 people, and Carmelo came out, actually, because we were going to do some promo, and we met Joni Mitchell backstage, yeah.
She's not been well.
No, she was quite perky, though.
She held my hand.
And another country singer called Brandi Carlile.
Oh, yeah,
who's huge
she's
in
really...
America. And, yeah, they were the guests, and it was just great. The audience loved it, because no one sees me in America now, so they were lovely.
You looked amazing.
Oh, thank you. I had makeup.
Yeah, but
special makeup
and that suit,
hair and
trouser suit was incredible.
My suit was lovely, wasn't it?
Did it all go off well? Because I've only seen some grainy YouTube footage.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's pretty good.
Was there an after-show party?
Not really. Did we have an after-show party, Carmelo?
Yeah.
Can't remember. And is Elton sort of not so bouncy sort of when he comes... Well, not necessarily when he comes off stage, probably pretty high on the adrenaline of it, but, or is he an extrovert in real life these days? Because when he first broke through, he was very much a shy guy, wasn't he?
He was shy. He was, yeah. He was. He once said to me back in the day, if I can do it, you can. Because he was shy.
Yeah.
But... yeah, he's a powerful character. It's like walking into a room where if Elton John or Billy Connolly walk in, they're about twice the size of everybody else. Do you know what I mean? They've got these big sort of auras about them.
And do you think he's enjoying his retirement now after all these years?
I hope so. I mean...
Not seen him for a while.
I hope he is.
Yeah.
He deserves to. He's worked very hard.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So it was it one of his producers, Carmelo, Steve Brown, that got you and Kiki together to play?
That's right. Yeah, well, Kiki had another hit with Elton in the 90s, True Love.
True Love, yeah.
And Steve called me, as I'd worked for him for a load of other bands, and I co-produced a load of... couple of bonus tracks for this best of compilation, and when I heard Kiki sing, I just went mad, I thought, wow. And he said, listen, you guys have got to work together. And although I played a bit of electric there, Steve hated me playing electric. He said, no, just stay acoustic. And he was an amazing sort of guru, if you like, and a mentor to both of us.
How far do you think at that time you thought it might go for and last?
No idea, really. It was at a time where both of us, we'd been around a while, and it just happened that Steve encouraged us just to paint our own painting as such, and this is what we did. And as I said, I was a bit more of a rocker, really, an electric player, and we call it turning left, and I just went off onto this whole different tunings, trying Indian music and stuff. It was fantastic, and the whole period of, let's see. We still call it an experiment, even though it's 29 years of an experiment.
29?
29, yeah. So we've got to get a T-shirt, mate, next year. 30 years.
1994, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I won't be here to have a 30th anniversary celebration, so we'll do it now.
Yeah.
It's so brilliant of you to come on in and spend some time.
It's so great to be with you and see you and
Thank you.
hang out. And,
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, 4 studio albums, I think several live albums too as well.
Yeah.
And so audiences are enthusiastic, and you're able to more or less fill theatres and the venues you're playing.
It's just going forward, that's all. One of the things I love about working with Kiki is that she's not prepared to just do the retro stuff, if you like. She wants to keep going forward, and so do I. And every sort of year, every week, it's like, what if we try this? Let's try this. And just to keep yourself creatively going, and so that you're satisfied with what you're doing. And she's certainly... I was thinking about it this morning, actually. One thing, I often talk about Kiki on stage, which she hates, because I was complimenting her. But one thing she's never heard me say is that she's inspired me to be a better writer, and I think I'm a better writer 29 years later than I was 29 years ago.
How lovely, yeah. And you work hard, and...
yeah, I just love it, and
you're a Letchworth boy, aren't you?
I am a Letchworth boy, yeah. Well, actually, I was born in the A505. Going into Hitchin, I was an unknown sort of... My mum didn't know she was having me. I like to say I was born...
Seriously?
Yeah, I was born in the ambulance. I like to say my birth certificate says on the way evangelist. I like to
Isn't that
say,
incredible?
I was born on the road.
Well, there you are. How appropriate.
Yes.
Let's hear now then, She's Smiling Now. This is taken, what one, from your album A Place
Where I Can Go,
Where I Can
yeah.
Go, which is a really good album. It's
Thank
got
you.
the Soul Man song on it.
Yes. Yeah, Smiling Now is about, it's actually about my mum and how you can flower in later life. And when we lost my dad, she moved into an apartment and she suddenly was Mary. She wasn't just my mum. She was Mary. And she had mates and they used to go on trips. And I just saw her flower and have fun. And there's a line in the song, it's never too late to fall in love with life again.
What a great line.
Yeah.
What a great line. Here we are, Kiki and Carmela live here on BBC Three Counties Radio.
Broken down, all her barriers, all her demons. Oh, it fills my cup. See her shining so bright, no regrets, she says, will fill her life. It was a long time coming, but she flowered and in time. Every day is her playground, unabandoned and free to choose. In the midst of something we don't understand, then the answers come to guide us once again. Oh, she's smiling now. She has broken down all her barriers, all her demons. It's never too late to fall in love with life again. There are people in this world that touch you more than life's design. You want to see them go out, live the life they choose. For all the things that they have done for you. Oh, she's smiling now. She has broken down all her barriers, all her demons. Oh, it fills my cup to see her shining so bright. No regrets, she
Thank you so much. So, this is the big one. I've Got the Music in Me. How did this song come about, Kiki? Was it presented to you? Had somebody else recorded it before you, or...?
Well, I was doing an album in the 70s for Elton's producer, Gus Dudgeon. And I had a band at the time, the Kiki Dee Band. We thought we'd do a band album. And we were going to go on the road to support Elton John across America, which I was so excited about. We did a 10-week tour, and we didn't have a lot of up-tempo songs. And I said to the keyboard player, Tobias Bichelle, we call him Bias Bichelle, have you got any up-tempo songs we could do on the set in America? And he said, not really. I've got a couple, but I've got one I wrote ages ago. And so we listened to it and we thought, yeah. And it was such a good song that we put it in the set in America, and we got in the American charts because we were playing such big places,
Great.
Yeah, that's how it came about.
We're going to hear it. It's a big song. It's going to be fun. Thank you. Here we go with Kiki and Carmelo.
Ain't got no trouble in my life, no foolish dream to make me cry. I'm never frightened or worried, I know I'll always get by. I heat up, cool down, something gets in my way, I go round it. I don't let it get me down, I'm gonna take it the way that I found it. I got the music in me, I got the music in me, I got the music in me. I got the music in me, I got the music in me, I got the music in me. Hey, yeah. They say that life is a circle, that ain't the way that I found it. Gonna move in a straight line, I'm keeping my feet firmly on the ground. I heat up, I cool down, got words in my head, so I say them. I don't let it get me down. Catch a hold of the blues and play them. I got the music in me, I got the music in me, I got the music in me. I got the music in me, I got the music in me, I got the music in me. Feel funky, feel good, gonna tell you, we're in the neighborhood, gonna fly like a bird on the wing. Hold on to your hat, hey, sing, 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 sing. I got the music in me, I got the music in me, I got the music in me. I got the music in me, I got the music in me, I got the music in me. Don't let it get you down, don't let it get you down, don't let it get you down. Don't let it get you down, don't let it get you down. I've got the music, Mike Naylor kind of music. I've got the music, God bless you all, in me. Don't let it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's just so amazing. Kiki Dee and Carmelo Lugeri, thank you so much for your time today.
Oh, thank you.